Hey Parkers, man, I'm glad I took this sucker out again. This year 27 Pacific Explorer, beautiful boat, 200s, it does awesome. I did a couple videos, but I did like 3 that the damn thing cut out on me. So I'm just gonna point out the highlights to you. But I finally got your thing, that marpa off of there. I got it to read the right, correct heading. It was off, I think, when they messed around with the hydraulic part, the bleeding the system. Anyway, got that to spool. Buzz went out there and kind of wound up. It should stay like this for quite a while now. Even if it did pull up in the middle, you're gonna have enough clearance right now there. It ain't gonna hang up, and that's exactly what it was. Because I'm anchored out right now. You can see I'm at 0 degrees. And what you do is you can take this key fob, of course. You got this thing that closes it, and then you open it. Now that turns it on. Now what you do is when you drop it, I'm gonna raise it real quick. So this goes down, this goes up. And that takes some juice, just so you know. So what I'm doing, I'm pressing, or you can do it on that one over there. But you'll notice my speed will start changing. And then once you start hearing that chain right there, you know it's getting close to coming up. So you can stop, you can kind of look at your anchor. And then right about there, 1, 2, 3, 5 wraps around, then your anchor's damn near gonna come up. 6, there it goes. So now if you want to drop it, just go like this. Now it free falls. So what you want to do is hit the up button. You got just enough to free fall it. Then you can hit here just to stop it. But you don't want to get, that's how you're gonna have to stop this thing, is by this. See how it's free falling? And it slows down. Just hit it to where it goes back up again. And we're at 0 still. Okay, so I'm going to go through the kind of the key features, what I told you about. This is plugged in, of course. Then you go over here, you got to switch. You're going to modify this down by Tar Heel. Where's that switch? Right there. So that turns on. Okay, the fish boxes we went through, wash down we went through. Just remember, on the live well, you've got to push this button here, and then you got to go up front if you forget. And you got to hit the live well button right up here. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and fire this up because I'm going to leave some stuff on. So you got to make sure these things are in neutral. You turn the key on, it's going to blink. The zip ways are going to go on. So now you got to make sure this is solid right here. So then you can start all of them or individual. You just hit the here. And then, like I say, if you just want to go neutral, you can just leave it neutral, just idle it. So if I'm here, if I want to up it, but I'm just standing here to build some juice up. And when you're using that windlass, see, I'm going to raise it up to about, and I'm going to single lever, but we're in neutral, but I'm going to raise it up to about 1,000 right there. That just kind of gives me some extra juice. And then you turn on your radar, you remember, you just have to tap that, this little button right here, you just hit that. And now it's spinning up. And then you have radar overlay, you got your combos, this is your autopilot, this is your sounder, that's your little magnifier you can move. And you just remember, like if I want to see one big screen, I'm down to 0.7 miles an hour. That's how you can tell if you're anchored out or not. Because if you keep picking up speed, that means you're not anchored all the way down. But you can have a rotation wherever the current's going, so just be patient with that. Now if you want just a big screen on that, you push on that and you just hit this button right here and it pops up. And stop panning, we'll put you back into this. Go back, we'll put you back into those gauges that you had. So we're at 0.29, 0.28. So what I might do is 0.30, 28, 29. I might just go ahead and drop it a little bit more. There you go. Now see how it loosens up there? Now I'm gonna Then I'm going to let that current take the rest of that rope and tighten it up. See? Whoop. There you go. Now it's going to hold it, because you got to bring it to where it's starting to spool. That locks it. Okay, you can't keep it on free fall, or it's just going to keep taking rope out. And we're down to 0 miles an hour right now. So that's where we want to be. So the motors are idling. I turn that live well switch on. There you go. You got water. Then you turn it off here. That can turn it off fish boxes. That pumps these two out right here. Right here is your wash down. You just got to wait for it to build up. There it goes. Okay. Then you turn that switch off right here. Then you go up under here. There's your 10 microns. Change those once a year. There's your pump overboard valve. Remember, you only got 2 positions on that. And that's the switch right there. If you hit it, pumps out your toilet. If you follow these hoses, this is your macerator pump right here. So when I've got this thing turned like this, that's going to pump this thing out into the bay. If I turn it this way, it's going to go and stay in your holding tank, or you can pump it out the side. And when I mean pump it out the side, you hook up a vacuum to that and it sucks it out. This is insulated. There's your shadow drive. Okay, got all these gauges set up. Okay, now you got to have the key on. We did get the switch put in, which is a dynamite, okay? So if this is in gear, I got to bring this back, remember? Because if I don't, I won't be able to engage that one back there. Then turn this off, okay? And look at your gauge, it says neutral. So now I can come back here if I wanted to, and then I can shut those off. But first you got, okay, station's active. Shut the motors off. Okay. Now, I had these on the yellow right here. I did that because that electric winch takes a lot of voltage. So when I have it on there, it's charging your house battery and then maintaining your other batteries as well. So if I'm just going to sit here without, when I start pulling that anchor rope up, I'll probably switch these things back, but I'll start the motor first and just let them idle. And as for you have your electric downriggers, there's your plugs. We went through your holding tanks. You're underneath there, that's your fresh water. Like I say, boom. Okay, bathroom. And then that's your VHF. When you hear that beeping, just hit clear right there. Remember to push in, that gives you your weather. Push it again. Then it says scan, then all, and that's scan your stations. And your volume's right here. Okay, back to the heater. Important. Okay, the refrigerator, remember, you got to push that on. Open this up. It's on there because we didn't turn it off here. See, I can touch that and I can change I can either turn it off. There, it's off. But the surefire way is just to turn that, then you know. Okay, to fire this up, you don't want to interrupt it, remember? You hit this until you see them lights flashing. There, and then you'll feel that fan going. Don't touch it. This yellow light here, that's gonna stay solid. If it's blinking, it's trying to ignite. If it keeps blinking and this doesn't come on red, that means you need to restart it. But now don't just turn this thing off. Let this thing fire up until this is red, then turn it down. Then the very last thing, when everything's off here, you can turn your batteries off. Okay, and this is, like I say, on demand. Go to the toilet, go here, and this picks up water from the outside. This here is like if you're going to take a poop-a-doop, just gives you water in the bowl. This switch right here, that here flushes the water, that here rinses it. So if you're taking a leak or something, toilet paper roll, lights, remember? Then you can go here, hold it and it dims it. Okay, grab rails. And these push and turn and pull. Then you just push them in again. You got the backs, go back and forth here. They slide here, they go up and down, and they swivel. We're still at 0, so the anchor's holding. Okay, remember the spotlights, it's easy. You turn them on. Again, move, and they center themselves when you turn them off. And you got fasten to slow. So I'm going to click. See, they're centering. I heard them. So I don't need that live well. I'm going to turn that off. And courtesy lights are the back lights, remember, in the back of the boat when I hit courtesy. It's those lights right back there. So turn that off. Cabin lights are these. Nav lights, fan defrost is that. Bilge and aft. Remember that bilge pump that's underneath there. Wiper, then down is all. Horn works. Okay, the trim assist works. I got all that. Okay, to start this heater, remember, just push this button, then use this one. See how that highlighted? I'm going to go down again until it hits this one. Now I'm going to hold it, long press, remove. It says starting, so that's going to start. So if that's the case, like say this key switch was off, just say it was. Then you went back here and you went to start the motor. Wow, what the hell? And you have to have this safety lanyard in. If not, it ain't gonna fire. Oh, I don't have my key switch on.